Falcons, as you may have heard this past weekend, our Mariachi Falco won their first all ones in state. First time in East Lake history, so let's go interview them.
Steve Hernandez.
First name is Daniel, last name is Rivera.
My name is Cindy Cavada.
You know what I'm noticing? Leadership. A lot of leadership now because we do auditions, and part of that is, are they going to be able to work well with others? Because it's a group, it's an ensemble thing. So yeah, they have to work together, and a plus is leadership. If they can, and leadership to me is being able to help out another violinist or another trumpet. Like, you might know your part, now are you going to use that knowledge and skill to help out your buddies?
Well, that's just the thing. I think that most of us would think talent, would be the first thing that we're looking for. And although those are some things that we definitely would love to see as kids that have musical ability, it helps a whole lot. But really, it's the passion for wanting to learn, and then a love for Mexican music or a willingness to learn about Mexican music.
What kind of commitment do you wish to see, like, for future students in this group?
Commitment?
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I think if they can commit themselves to, the very least they can do is just listening to, you're in mariachi, right? Listening to music, listening to mariachi music. When they first come in here, no one's really listening to mariachi, and so one of my goals is, at the end of the year, do they have a mariachi playlist? So I wish they can, or I'm hopeful that they commit to listening to mariachi music.
I think the commitment has been totally awesome with this group. But I think the most important thing is, yes, you have to have commitment, you have to have drive and ambition and motivation and everything like that. But I think what we've talked with the kids too is that this group has really been like one of the most coachable groups, and they've just really taken everything that we've trained them on and improved so much on it.
So coachability is number one. So if you're willing to try your hardest, put what you can do out there, and having someone kind of mold you or give you feedback, and you're someone that's able to take that in and to evaluate and to keep trying to improve yourself, that's like the number one thing that I see with students, especially as people that are successful. They have that quality, is coachability. Yeah.
When you help the students practice with their gigs and everything, is there something that you see they need most improvement on, or something that you feel they can help their peers with?
So I think as a director, when you're kind of listening to groups, you always have this vision in your head of where they can be and the potential that they have. So it's like a whole bunch of things that we're listening for. Obviously, we're listening for music, we're listening for notes, right rhythms, correct style, and stuff like that. And then the big thing is putting it all together and making it into a show, so that they're not just playing notes and music, but they're actually entertaining the audience, the people that they're playing for as well. So it's a whole bunch of things that we're looking for.
Anything that sets this group apart from groups in the past years?
Previous? I gotta go with the leadership thing. That's one thing. These kids were having practices, rehearsals on their own on the weekends. Like, they would take turns having rehearsals at people's houses, full group without a teacher there. Like, that's really cool. And then that builds, like, the family aspect of it, the group aspect. So now they're hanging out, they had a cookout one time and practice. So that extra work, that extra effort, that was the huge difference from previous years. And they're listening more than previous years.
I think exactly the question you asked for before. This has been one of the most coachable groups that we've had, and they're very positive with each other. They have a sense of community amongst themselves, and work ethic that they've grown in their programs since they were in middle school. Being in their band, orchestra, choir programs, and developing all those skills, and then bringing it here and collaborating together to create such a beautiful ensemble. The beautiful ensemble that is mariachi. But for sure, it has to be the fact that they're very dedicated. They're very dedicated. They're very coachable. They're willing to go that extra mile to make sure that they're preparing themselves, and when they're in class, that they're collaborating and bringing their talents together.
What's your name and your role in mariachi?
My name is Emily Guerrero.
My name is Christian Jaramillo and I play violin.
My name is Abigail Anguiano and I'm a violinist and a singer.
What made you originally want to join this group?
I think ever since I was in elementary school, my oldest sister, she was in mariachi, so I was exposed to it at a very young age. So I would go to like the UIL competitions and all that. So it was like super cool, like hearing and watching all the performances. I would always like get chills like listening, so I wanted to be a part of something like that. But I actually wouldn't have auditioned or like tried out my freshman year if it weren't for my sister. So my sister's basically, but yeah.
So it was mainly other seniors before me who also played violin. I remember Jordan and Ari, they were both like, hey, you like orchestra, you like violin, try doing something completely different that's going to make you, get out of your comfort zone and start singing and all that. So mariachi was really just that exploration of curiosity, and it was mainly people who recommended it to me.
So even though I come from a Mexican background, I didn't listen to mariachi music. I was clueless at first, but I had, when I was a sophomore, there were seniors that I was friends with, and they were in mariachi, and they really wanted, they encouraged a lot of us to join. So I just did it just for fun, and yeah, I love it now.
That's nice. When you first made the varsity group, what was your reaction, or what emotions were you going through at that time?
I was really excited, yeah. Like, because I was still in middle school, so I wonder, because I didn't know like really what they fully did. That's why I wasn't so like, oh, I don't need to audition, like I'll do it like the next years. But I think it was a really nice like experience because I got to experience the 4 years and like meet like all these different people and like understand why mariachi really is so like wonderful. Yeah.
It was like that there was a lot I had to step up to, I feel. I had to step up my game a lot. Not so much technically, but like confidence. I needed more confidence to do gritos, to just get up there and sing on the mic, or to like make new friends, because this is such an intimate group that I think like it's you have to make friends like somehow. Like it's you guys are gonna be ride or die for a year. A small little group playing in gigs and everywhere, and like it's a fun group. So that was kind of like what got me nervous going into it.
Excitement, and I was scared also because again I didn't listen to this like genre of music, so I didn't really know what to expect. I wasn't like a performer necessarily, but I was really excited.
Has there been any like really difficult obstacles that you think you probably wouldn't have overcome but you still did?
I think a lot of times I would like undermine, or like not undermine, but like I didn't think that I could be like as good as I could be. You know what I mean? Like I think growing up in like with my sisters always playing music, like I would always compare myself, so it was like difficult to like believe that I could be just as good as them or like play a leadership role like them. And so that was like a little bit difficult. It still is, because I have to figure out like what can I do without being too like, because obviously like I'm still growing, so I don't want to make it seem like, oh, I know everything, you know? I think that's kind of like a difficult thing of being like in a leadership role, is like making sure you're not being too like, or being too rough either. I think when you're too like rough and like, guys, we need to be better, it can be a little bit discouraging. So I think like balancing being lenient and also like encouraging is like one of the like harder parts. Yeah. For
sure. Singing. Like if I was good at singing, you're like, what is singing? I remember joining mariachi, I never sang before. And it was also cool because it was the first year that our required teacher for the East Lake, Miss Labrado, she was our teacher like for real. So it was like she was showing us like what is singing, like solfege, which is like the do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, etc. All that stuff was like really like nerve-wracking for me. I was like, oh, what is this? I only really play instruments. I don't know how to sing, but mariachi really brought that out of me. They're like, oh, maybe I do know how to sing, you know, or at least I can try and I can have fun while singing. So for sure, that's a. Also, I think that's a big thing with a lot of us, like orchestra people who transition to mariachi. Like we might not have sung before, so it's a cool thing. The singing is a big part of it.
So I think, okay, because for mariachi we have to memorize music and a lot of it. So just I have a terrible memory, so that like was something that I was worried about. But we've learned to just learn the music and then memorize it, and it's something that we keep fresh throughout the whole year. So really important. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Is there anything, like, any piece of advice or anything you'd like to put out there for anyone that is going to watch this video?
You know what? I'm gonna stick with that theme. Just Mr. Martinez says all the time, right? Together we're better. It's true. Like, yeah, you can go so far on your own, but why do that on your own when you got family, when you got your team, you got your classmates? Like, why do that on your own, right? So I think that's a good thing for everybody. It's like, work together.
I would say, honestly, the thing that you have to have with mariachi, and this goes along with everything else, of course, you know, knowing an instrument well, being able to be musical and everything like that, but really just have like a passion for it. Have a passion, have a drive, have a commitment for it. And there's so many things that go into play with being in a mariachi group, you know, starting in your orchestra, starting in your band, your guitar class, like stuff like that. And then mariachi is kind of like the culmination of all of those things, right? So obviously you know your basics, you know the instrument, you know everything. You need to know for you to do well in mariachi, but after that, just have the passion, have the drive, have the commitment, and again, that word coachability comes up to really just listen to, keep learning, be a lifelong learner from people who are more advanced than you or that have been doing it for a long time.
Sure. So mariachi is one of those wide open genres where if you're willing, if you love the music, it doesn't mean that you speak Spanish, because a lot of people think that you have to speak Spanish in order to be here. It's not that. It's just your love of culture. If you have that love of culture, or you're personally Hispanic or a person of Mexican nature and you want to celebrate your culture, that's the root of all of it, is just wanting to be able to do that. Especially, you know, it helps a lot if you have training on a musical instrument. It helps a lot because, you know, in mariachi we're not just playing an instrument. You're doing everything from singing to staging, and you memorize a lot of the repertoire. And so there's so many different hats that you have to wear in mariachi. And if you have even just a few talents or whatever it is that you bring to the table, we can work with it. But again, it's the willingness to make a commitment to a group like this and share whatever talents you can bring to the table.
I think I would just tell them that, like, it really is as fun as it looks. Like, it's actually, no, I think it's more fun than it looks. I think you create families and like friends that you never thought you would like make, and it's like such a nice experience, like knowing that you have a place where you can be yourself without being judged, and like where you can fully express and like just feel like love for music. And it's from everyone, I think, because I think like it's so easy to be passionate about mariachi, so when you're surrounded by people who are also like just as passionate, it's such like a like fulfilling like environment. It's like kind of cycled. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like the energy you put into the music, they feel that energy, then they put it back into the music that you feel, and then it's like, yeah. So I think I would just tell them that it's a bit intimidating, but just to go for it, because it's super fun experience. Yeah.
For sure, I'd say start listening to the music. Like, it's fun music. It's really cool music to listen to. And being in the group and knowing the music, it's like you have an idea of like, oh, what do I want to play? Like, what do I want to hear coming out of the group? It's like the music that you like listening to, right? So it's kind of like a lot of people go into a rock band because they like listening to songs and they want to recreate those songs. I think mariachi is the exact same way. It's like the same small group feel. it's music that's very cultural. You know, like your grandma, grandpa knows Cien Años, and you're like, oh, I want to play it with the group. So my best advice is like listen to music for fun. Yeah.
I say just do it. Like with anything, you just have to start, and so that definitely just start and be open to being coached, to be coachable, and open to learning new things, and yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Oh my god, I'm sorry.
I'll, like, get the bloopers on, like, send it to you. This one's the funniest.
What did I call?
Mr.
Okay.
I forgot his name. The orchestra teacher.
Mr. Rivera.
Yeah, Mr. Rivera. He was like, I'm not gonna have my Modern Family moment. And he started looking at the camera, and I'm like, oh my god.
Hold on. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, so because it's a very small. Why are you laughing?
It's because it was so quiet. You're like,
Why have to think?
I'm sorry.
Okay. Wait, let me get into character.
It's like by far the longest interview.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's really funny.
What was the question again?
Oh.
Oh yeah. Okay, I got you. Okay.